Hi guys, my name is Fola and you're listening to Unsolicited with Fola. First off, thank you so much for clicking the link to listen to this. Thank you in advance for helping me share it. And thank you in advance for the response and feedback I'm going to get, because that is the part I am looking forward to the most. Feedback. I would like to get your opinions and feedback on how the first episode went. So this first episode is nothing major actually. I'm just going to be it's like an intro episode. So I'm just going to be talking about what the podcast is going to be about. Oh gosh. And maybe why I decided to start a podcast. Anyways, so my podcast is going to be on a bi-weekly basis, which means I'll be putting out a new episode every 2 weeks. So it's going to be sort of like twice in a month. This is because I would like to take my time to put together whatever content I am going to be putting up on my podcast channel. I wouldn't want to just come and talk gibberish, and waste you people's precious time. I would like to take my time, put together whatever I'll be putting out there. So that's it. And you might have seen in the description box, you might have read it, you might have not. But either way, my podcast is a show that is dedicated to starting up conversations about our daily experiences, things that we encounter from time to time and that nobody wants to talk about, or that nobody has somebody to talk about it with. So it's going to be starting with me sharing my own opinions and thoughts on these issues, sharing my own personal experiences, things that I've learned, how I've gone from situations and all that, yada 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 yada. Yes, basically it's just me learning, unlearning and relearning. But I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it together with you that is listening. Yes. I believe the best way for people to learn is by interacting and exchanging ideas, communicating. Communication is a very important aspect of being alive. Yeah. You guys can quote that. Fola Shewa 2021. The best way for people to learn is by interacting. Somebody must have said it. I don't know who it is, but I'm saying it now and I'm stealing it from the person. Thank you. So like I said, it's going to be on a bi-weekly basis, and it doesn't have a specific theme or topic yet. I'm not going to say this is what I'm going to be talking about in particular, or this is what I'm going to be talking about. So like the name implies, Unsolicited, it is a podcast that nobody asked for. Nobody asked me for it, but I am giving it to you guys. Simply because that is the kind of person I am. It can be likened to my personality. Most times nobody asks me any question. Nobody needs my opinion, but I always give it anyway because that's just me. I am an open-minded person, not an open speaker. Open-minded person. I speak freely and I'm always willing to share my knowledge and things that I know with people. Even if I might be wrong, I wouldn't know until I share it. And that is why I am doing this podcast, So that is why I'm doing this podcast. But why did I start this podcast? It's a very long story. It's a long story. If I should start talking about it, we'll probably not finish this episode. But I'm going to give you guys a brief summary of what happened and all that. Let's take into note that this is the biggest thing I have ever done in my life. Honestly, to some of you that are listening, it's like, oh, what is this? Should I a podcast? But for me, Fola Shewa, this is the biggest thing I've ever done. Honestly, I'm usually just in my comfort zone and living my life day to day like that, just being simple in every aspect. But for some reasons I decided that I need to do this, and I'm going to tell you why now. So from time to time I would always feel like everybody around me is moving forward, but me, I'm just going round, I'm going in circles. It's not like I'm not moving. I'm moving. I'm walking. I am going, but I'm walking around. I'm not going front. I'm not going back. Neither do I have a particular point that I want to say I know I'm going to. Nope. I'm just going around. And it has been very, very mentally stressing, mentally draining for me. I mean, this has been happening for a very, very long time. It has even given me mad anxiety and, should I say, depression, on and off depression. Anyway, so that was the case with my life. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, but that was the case with me. From time to time, I'll sit down and think about my life, and I would get sad and depressed, and sometimes I would even start crying. Sometimes it will make me withdraw from the world. I will just withdraw into my own space and be alone and just be depressed, and beating myself down as to why I haven't done anything tangible with my life. So this happened again recently, about 2-3 weeks back. It happened. I sat on my bed and I started thinking of my life as usual, as I would always do. And I cried and cried. And then I prayed. I prayed to God. Like, God, is it just me? Am I the only one that has village people? Why is my life like this? Why am I not doing anything? Now, wait, you guys, don't misinterpret me. It's not like I'm not doing anything with myself. I am. But everything that I have been doing, I could only sum it up to hard work. That's just been me being hardworking. Take for instance now, I graduated from university at 19. And I remember that time everybody was telling me, oh, you're so young. You have a bright future ahead of you. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to do so much because you finished early. You get the opportunity to start life early. Blah, 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 blah. And then I would be, yeah, honestly, me too. I think so. And here we are, 6 years later. And I'm still on ABS. Like, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. So many people have just BScs. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But personally for me, I'm still on a BSc. And I cannot say that, oh, Fola, this is what I've done. This is what I've achieved. This is, most times you even go for interviews and they ask you, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your long-term plans? What do you want to do with yourself? Where do you want to have, what do you want to have a career in? And I'm giving them answers hot. But personally, I know I'm not doing shit. I know I'm just there. So it's funny now, but it's actually very depressing. And it has really affected my person. It has really affected me, honestly. So throw back to 3 weeks ago that I had this episode again. I prayed and I told God, like, I'm tired. I'm honestly tired. From time to time, I will have conversations with people close to me about this, and they will ask me, okay, what do you want to do? What do you think you can do? And sometimes they would even come up with suggestions like, oh, you can do this. You seem to be good at something like this. You seem to be. And honestly, I just always have excuses for why I cannot do these things. So now it got to a point that I cannot even go and talk to these people again about why I'm having these episodes, about me being depressed about my life, because I'm sure they are tired. Even me, I'm tired of myself. So that day, after praying, I just decided to be realistic. I told myself, like, see, you have to stop this. You can't continue doing the same thing over and over again, like being sad about the same thing over and over again, and you're not doing anything about it. I will sit on the bed and cry and feel bad and feel frustrated about me not living up to my full potential, and I will not do anything about it. I needed to stop. So, as they say, the first step to solving a problem is recognizing that you have a problem. I've done that. I told myself, you've done that. You know you have this problem. You have anxiety and you fall into depression from time to time because you're not satisfied with where your life is. It's because your mind keeps telling you you should do more, you can do more. and all that. So, what is the solution? Bam, bam, bam. What is the solution? I thought of what was making me so. What is the major thing that is preventing me from doing things? I thought long and hard about it, and I was able to realize that it is fear. Me. That's for me. My problem is fear. I don't want to say was, because I'm still in the process of overcoming it. So my own problem is fear. Personally, I have this huge phobia for failure. And I know everybody can say, oh, them too, they have phobia for failure, or it's a normal thing. My own is not normal, My own is very bad, as it eats into the little things. Like, for example, now, somebody can tell me, oh, Fola, come and lay this bed. And if I lay that bed, after laying the bed, if you tell me, you did not put this side inside very well, I can start crying. Or I will feel so bad. Like, I will feel like I did rubbish. I didn't do well. And I'll start beating myself up for it. That is my own phobia for failure. Like, I don't want to say maybe I am a perfectionist, but I like that when I do things, when I do something, I just do it well. It has to be done perfectly. So this is why most times there are so many things I think I can do, I feel I want to do, but because I'm scared, I don't want to make any mistake. I don't want people to respond and tell me that you didn't do this well. I'm not going to do it. I don't do it. I don't bother. So this is my major problem. This is why so many times I always just have excuses for why I'm not doing something. And I really thought about it, and I said, I want to stop. I want to stop in this way. I want to improve. I want to work on it. I want to fix this problem. I want to be able to take risk and be fine with the outcome. I want to be able to make mistakes and know that, okay, I made a mistake and I've learned from it, and be comfortable with it without beating myself down or getting depressed about it. So I decided to challenge myself to do something I've never done before. Put myself out there. Step out of my comfort zone. Yeah. So in summary, that's what brought me here. Now, there were a lot of other options I considered taking, starting a YouTube channel, blah, 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 different things like that. But I felt like the pressure would have been too much for someone who is just trying to come out of their comfort zone. Like, it would have been too much pressure for me. I would have been pushing myself too fast to overcome this my fear of failure. You get? So I decided to take it slow. Let me start slowly. Let me take it step by step. And I thought of it, what do I like doing the most? I like talking. I mean, I don't talk to everybody. I'm not a talkative per se, but when I'm comfortable with you, yes, I talk. I like talking, and I like sharing my opinions. I like to speak. I like to air my mind out. I'm basically an open-minded person, and I enjoy sharing my knowledge with people. What I know, I want other people to know it, because if it's only in my head, what's the point? It's not doing any good to anybody. So I'm always so eager to share stuff. And the obvious option was a podcast. Yeah, I mean, I'm not videoing myself. I'm not doing anything. I am just talking. And it's very comfortable for me. It's a comfortable first step for me to take in achieving, in overcoming my fear. It was a very first step, a very comfortable first step to take. So that's it. That's what brought me here. That is why I'm here. Now, I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. I am 100% sure of that. Now, mine is fear of failure. Yeah, for you, it might be something else. Now, for mine, my solution was probably putting myself out there, to boost my confidence and all that. For you, it might be something different. It might be you have already started something. You've already started something for yourself, but you are not doing it to your full capacity because you're scared of taking risks. It might be anything actually, but I know a lot of people can relate. And honestly, it is normal to feel that way. But one thing we need to learn as humans is that you can't keep beating yourself down over and over for the same thing and not doing anything about it. That is what I feel we should all take from this episode. Make that move, take that first step, push yourself, step out of your comfort zone, do something. Don't just be sad about, like, everybody has what they're sad about. But take your time to sit down and think about it. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? What? Are you just sad? So stop it. Think about what you can do to fix that sadness and work on it. Yes, there might be a billion reasons why you cannot work on it now, but trust me, there's always a way. There's always something you can do. Stop giving yourself excuses and make that move now. Push yourself to be better. And that's basically the summary of why what made me start a podcast. Now, to cut this episode short, it was meant to just be an intro episode, but here we are. It's going over 15 minutes. I would like to end this by saying thank you so much for listening to my first episode. Honestly, I really, really appreciate it. Like, even if I get just 10 plays, I would be so glad because honestly, it's not easy. As I am like this, as I'm talking now, I feel so vulnerable. I feel so open and naked, and it's not something that I would usually be comfortable with, but I am trying to make myself feel okay with it. My WhatsApp contact, forget that I used to come and dance and post videos on WhatsApp. I am a very shy person. I am a very, very shy person, and I am able to do that because there's nobody there with me. And after putting it out, I don't give a damn what anybody says. But for something like this that I'm going to get feedback and responses on, I am already feeling a type of way. But I am going to try very hard to take every response and feedback I get. I'll take it into note and work on it. Like I said, this is my first episode, so I'm still learning the ropes. A lot of things are not yet they're not yet done right. It's still a bit rough, but with time I am going to get better at it. Quality of my podcast is going to improve. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for everything. To the people that really pushed and motivated me when I put this house that I wanted to start a podcast, the people that gave me positive comments, honestly, thank you guys so much. You have no idea. It is because of you that I'm recording this first episode, because if not, I would have probably backed out again. Thank you so much. That's it. That's the end of my first episode. So the next episode will be coming out in another 2 weeks, and it's going to be more detailed and better than this. Thank you for listening to Unsolicited with Fola. Hoping that this podcast takes us places, I just want to see what this podcast makes out of me and what I make out of it. And I'm glad we'll all be here to see it together. Thank you so much. Bye.